you manage a lot of things, and as
Yeah.
well you employ so many staffs.
Yeah, not so many, but some.
Yeah, the teachers.
25.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
25. And so how do you manage to keep them grounded and respectful?
Oh my
especially
God, the
ones who are
headache of it all.
same age or older than you?
No, some of them are older.
Yeah.
Some of them, you will be amazed. Oh, when it comes to my teachers, some of them are born in 1996. 1996. I think the youngest one is 1998. And I'm just like, what? Because the person, because I feel like, wow, this is crazy. Because I feel like they're too young. Maybe because, I'm in the 80s type of girl. So I feel like it's too young. But I have about 20 staff at school. No, 21 staff at school. Actually 22, because we just hired a cleaner now. So I have 22 staff at school. The way I keep them grounded is just, I'm always there. Like even today, before I came here, I was there this morning before I went to, my other errands. I was there this morning. So I'm always there. And I think we had a good culture. We have a good culture that I, implemented in a way where the communication is open. There's no closed doors between the staff and the founders, because I'm a co-founder. So my sister and I manage the school. So whenever my sister is there or I'm there, if the teacher wants to reach out to us, they can easily see us and say, hey ma'am, we have ABCG. And I think it made a huge difference, because when you have the founders that are not in touch with what's going on because they want to be high up there, it makes it, it makes it difficult for you as the owner to know what's going on. So I think I've allowed everyone to be able to talk to us, so that if they have any issue, so we have people who maybe they're getting married or they're getting pregnant, and then they will be happy to say, Madam, I am pregnant. Madam, I'm getting married. Madam, geez. That's how open we are with them. So I think all of us have this little level of trust that we care for them. I think even when you don't, we had this conversation earlier, not with you, with somebody else, and I said even when you don't pay your staff well, make sure you care about them, because people will remember you, not for the paycheck that you gave them, but for how you were in their life, the impact that you had in their life. So I think that's what I'm bringing into the picture. And that's why, even though I'm not there, things are still moving, because people know that we shouldn't do this because Madame will not be happy. So even when it comes to the store, like whether it's my staff in the US or here, we have I want to believe we have a quality customer service.
So, knowing what you know now, is there anything you would have done differently before starting out?
I would have started earlier. I think I would have started earlier. I think as a woman, and let me talk to women, okay? As a woman, we doubt ourselves a lot because of what society have said. This is the position of a woman. This is the place of a woman. And I think growing up in Cameroon and having, my parents are educated, but I still felt like I wasn't supposed to be the boss lady. I was supposed to be somebody's wife, somebody's, moms. And nobody ever told me about, oh, you can run your own empire. And I think that's what is really missing in our own, the way we are growing up, the way the girl child grow up, is that confidence that, girl, you want to be a president? Yes, you can be a president. And I felt like I had to look for it myself, because nobody could give it to me. My mom believed that I could do anything I wanted to do, but I never heard the narrative of you can be a boss. You can be, the CEO of a 500 Fortune company and things like that. So if there was one thing that I would tell myself is I should have started earlier. I should at least start, because you never know. Because if you start, it doesn't mean you're going to succeed, but just start, because experience is going to it's going to increase your maturity level. You will start a business and it fails. Guess what? You have learned what not to do. So it's not always if I start and it doesn't work out, oh my God, people are going to make fun of me. Who cares? You know, I've ventured into many things that didn't work out. Like before even this business, I remember I was shipping goods. I was selling jewelry, guys, from Cameroon to the US. And I lost a bunch of jewelry because I couldn't find, like, my friend, I didn't know where she put it. So that business failed. And we ventured into another business that was to buy goods from like wholesale stores, and then we sell them. And then we're selling some of them here in Cameroon, actually. And the business didn't work out. So it's just going to take a lot of tries, right? But don't ever give up. And yeah, that's what I would really tell myself is like, start earlier. At least start. Doesn't have to work out, just start.
You really got into my next question, because I was going to ask like some advice you give to young Cameroonians. I watched a video you made, a short video you made for Instagram the other day, and you were like, if you're thinking of investing in Cameroon or in Africa, the first thing you have to do is pick the country and just go.
Yeah.
So that was, and it was really, really important, because many people have like the fear of the unknown. I've never been to this place. I don't know what's there for me, the climate, the people. So you did it. You were successful with it. You chose Cameroon and you went for it. So yeah, that was the advice I took from the short clip you made on Instagram. Any last advice you might have for people who are in the diaspora, or those in Cameroon who might want to invest into something and are scared or they don't know how to go about it? Just some tips, advice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna scare you, but don't be scared. It is gonna be tough. It's tough. Like, I can't even. Yesterday, I was talking to myself, and I was basically telling her, people think just entrepreneurship life is wear your high heels, even though I'm always in my heels. Wear your high heels, you know, be all perky, beautiful. No, she's seen me to the point where she's like, oh, you need some sleep. Like, even on my channel, I make sure I tell people, I show people the realities of what is going on, the headache that I'm having with the school. That's why I'm saying it's not going to be easy. It wasn't easy for me leaving Cameroon to go to the US, right? You have to adapt to a different culture. And even when you lose touch of Cameroon, it's still not easy. So you should be able to say, okay, I will not get the same benefit, I will not get the same comfort as when I was in the US. Cameroon is Cameroon, Africa is Africa. If you expect that people are going to roll the red carpet for you, people are going to be like, thank you, ma'am, please, ma'am, all of these things. No, you will have Benzikin drivers driving you crazy. You know, like somebody will cause you an accident and they will be yelling at you like, this is your fault. Why is it that you really did not see? Like, so it's not going to be easy, but I want you to know this. Nothing worth having is ever easy. I don't recall having anything in my life that was ever easy. I remember working days and nights when I was going to university, and I had 2 to 3 jobs. I was a hairstylist. I was working in a group home, what they call special care for people with disability. I was working there at night. I was working on campus as a night supervisor for kids. I was a kid then. For people who live on campus, I was supervising them at night. I was working 2 to 3 jobs, barely sleeping 4 hours a day, going to school full time. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So I want people to understand that it's not just looking at somebody and say, oh, look at where she is, look at what she has, you know. No, it took years and years of work, hard work. And the only person that was able to tell me keep moving was me. So it's just that. So if you want to move to Cameroon, start working now, you know. Don't work when you come to Cameroon. Start working where you are. Start planning it, and then bit by bit, you're gonna make it happen. It took me a long time because technically I was supposed to relocate back here 2012. I graduated 2011 and I wanted to be able to relocate within that year, But yeah, life happened otherwise because I felt like I didn't have the experience, I didn't have this and that, and I felt like I wasn't gonna relocate back to Cameroon and work for somebody. So it gave me perspective as to if you want to come to Cameroon as your own boss, guess what you need to do? Get to work. So that's what I did. That's a long advice again, but I talk a lot.
That's a long bit. Precious advice.
Yeah.
Really, really
Thank you.
rich.
Thank you.
So, Madam Jenny, Afro Boss Lady, one last question because I'm taking so much of your time.
No,
I'm
it's
very
okay.
sorry. Is money important when starting up a business? Because motivational speakers will be like, I started this with 0 francs. I started. You have to invest in your mind before. Many people have tried and failed. I have tried and failed. I blame myself, but I also blame lack of enough startup capital. Is it important to have the funds before starting up, or you can start with the little you have?
I think it's one of those questions, right? Because there are some people who made it because they had the startup capital. There are some people who didn't have anything. So there's no perfect answer. But what I would say is this: you do have to have just the bare minimum. You do have to have the bare minimum. I don't want to be on here and telling you start with 0. Even doing YouTube, you still need to pay internet for you to upload the videos. So it's going to cost you some money. But what I would say is this: start with the little that you have. When I launched my first business, I was barely making it. When I say barely making it, it means that my regular bills, once I pay my regular bills, I barely had savings. But what I did is that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need to cut back on going out. I'm gonna need to cut back on drinking those juicy alcohol drinks. I'm gonna have to cut back on traveling, gonna have to cut back on, and those are some of the sacrifices that I made. My first product that I made, I'm talking in terms of dollar because I was living in the US. I had about 1,000 just for the first samples, okay? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make samples, and I had already worked with a lady, so I made 2 samples. And I remember getting the samples and I was so happy. I was like, okay, you just need to work a little harder so that you can get this other, the other stock. And I worked extra job in order for me to have more money. So another thing that I would tell people if they feel like they don't have the funds for it is to have a business that will give you, like, create something, an opportunity, whether it's editing videos for people. I just made a video recently about that. Whether it's editing videos for people, whether it's being a cleaner somewhere, because I've done all these jobs, whether it's being a hairdresser at your home, just to make that extra cash that you can now take and invest into the main business. And I think many people are so comfortable with one income, having one salary, and they expect that the one salary is going to launch the business. No, most of the time it doesn't. You have to, if you want to have a business, then what you need to do with your one salary, your monthly salary, you find other gigs, other little jobs that you can do, things that you can do. I'm looking for somebody who's going to be a community manager. I hired one, but she disappointed me. I need somebody who's going to be handling all my social media accounts, and that can be an extra income for somebody. And I'm actually looking for somebody seriously. At some point I was looking for somebody to edit my videos until I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do it myself. But those are little jobs, so you have to just continue learning and acquiring little skills that can give you that extra money.
Job announcements. So hope you've heard. Send in your applications.
Please, I need somebody in Cameroon though. I don't want somebody
Cameroon,
abroad. I want somebody in Cameroon because I'm really big on creating jobs in Cameroon. Yeah.
So if they want to get in touch with you, what are your social media handles and website?
I have, okay, so my personal Afro Boss Lady social media handle, I'm mostly on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook as Boss Lady Jenny, but on Instagram is going to be Afro Boss Lady _ Jenny. And then YouTube is just Afro Boss Lady. What else? My brother company is YJL Wedding. If you go on Instagram, Facebook, YJL Wedding, the website is www.yjlwedding.com. My consulting firm, if you guys know of people who wants to invest in Cameroon but they need assistance, then it's yjlconsultingco.com and YJL Consulting on all social media platforms. Whew.
That was a long list of addresses. All right, so guys, we've come to the end of this rich interview. I hope you learned something, because I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Jenny,
coming
Madam
over.
Jenny. And I want to say, on behalf of Cameroonians in Cameroon and those in the diaspora, I want to say thank you for what you're doing for creating jobs.
Thank you.
For those in Cameroon and being the face for people who are willing to come back and invest in Cameroon.
Thank you.
So yeah, guys, there you have it. Jenny on YouTube, Afro Boss Lady. So if you want to get insight into all of her journey from the US to Cameroon, how she made it, how she established her failures and everything, just everything Cameroon, entrepreneurs in Cameroon, just get to her channel and you're gonna get satisfied.
I hope so. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate what you do, and I wanted to be able to meet you, and at some point I'm going to interview you, not today. But at some point I want to interview you, because I feel like you are among the big YouTubers in Cameroon, and I can't believe you just started. So we're going to have to talk, because I need to learn some tricks on how to be a better YouTuber. anytime
I'm here. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And see you on the next one. This is Chimex, and I'm out.
Don't forget to subscribe.